to limit the damage to your feet and your legs. Also this morning, we'll be reading palms. We also have a fabulous fashion and, of course, our last lot of our High Five finalists. So to tell you about what we're doing here, medievally speaking, let's get jousting. I love our program because we get a chance to do just about everything. Well, of course, medieval reenactments are very popular. It keeps history alive. It keeps the kings and the queens and the castles all a-pumping. Well, in Australia, it is a very, very healthy hobby. This morning, we're looking at blacksmiths, we're looking at sword fighting, and also jousting. And do we have champions for you? Rod and Michelle Walker joining us this morning. Good morning, Michelle. Hi, Rod. And introduce us to this gorgeous girl.
This is my horse, Shadow.
Shadow is just beautiful. Now, Michelle, more importantly to you, look at you. I mean, you're 5'3". This is Australia's jousting champion. Congratulations. And you're a girl who's done it against the guys.
That's right, yes. I competed in my first jousting championships in Lithgow a couple of weekends ago and actually beat the guys, so I was very happy with myself.
Go! Oh, sorry. I was going to say go girl, but it's more painful for me. Now, Rod, I know this poor darling is getting a little restless. She's been so good standing. You're into jousting as well. Husband and wife team?
We are, yes.
This is taking the argument to a whole other level when you're into jousting.
We can always settle in the front paddock.
Ooh. Now, you have done the jousting, of course, but you ran into a bit of trouble and strife some time ago?
In the US, I did 3 months on the jousting circuit in the US and was laid low for a little while.
What happened?
I caught a low blow from a lance into my nether regions. And
ouch! All the boys have crossed their legs all at once here, but you're fine now?
Fine now, which is why I use saddles now with a big plate in the front.
Okay, let's go through some of this fabulous equipment. Now, gee, I don't know where to start. Michelle, what you've got here is your armour. It's all specially made. See this pointed bit at the front? Explain the architecture around that design.
I'm wearing a 16th century harness, and it's from the Elizabethan period. The point at the front of the armour here is to deflect the lances. So when you've got a lance like similar to the one that I've got in my hand here, your opponent's got that, they hit you. The target area is actually here, but sometimes they're a bit low, so you want the lance to slide off.
And this is what you joust. You get on the horse,
that's right.
And this is it.
Yep. That's quite a bit heavier than it looks.
Sorry, I almost took out one cameraman there. I was going to say it's going to be pretty handy for the Logies on Sunday night, but I'm not sure how I'll get it on the plane.
No.
I am very sorry about that. Okay, so this is what you do here, right?
That's right, yes.
Yes. I'm going to take it up slowly here. Now, Rod, as you say, this is dangerous work. Could you describe your armour?
Well, what I'm wearing is an armour from the 15th century, the late 15th century. It's a German armour, and the style is known as Gothic. So it also ties into Gothic architecture with all the fluting and the points.
Now, I was going to say, if Madonna had seen these first, I reckon a whole new fashion industry and trend would have started. Now, and I'm loving the way this gorgeous girl is dressed. I mean, certainly, where does this come from? That's beautiful.
My mother actually makes all the horse costumes for us. She's very handy with a sewing machine.
That is
and
spectacular.
we research everything from the period to be as historically accurate as we can possibly do it.
Oh.
So what you see today is a historical reenactment of what they did actually use.
Just spectacular. Congratulations on your terrific effort. Now, we'll try and come back to you very shortly. We want to continue our medieval look, and I'm joined this morning. This is the sword fighting part. Can you believe? This is also going to be very handy for Sunday night. Kirk Metcalf joins us. Good morning, Kirk, and his merry men. Yeah. Shall we move over here? Is that a bit easier for you guys? Good morning, merry men.
Morning, Kerrie.
Oh, look at you. This is fantastic. Now, you're going to do a bit of a sword fight demonstration for us this morning. This is a pretty... I don't want to take out another cameraman this morning because I've almost killed one. That's actually quite heavy to be wielding around.
It is quite heavy. I use usually the heavier swords because the bigger guys usually use the bigger ones in our group. But,
Well, let's go
not
through
bad.
some of your costumes and the design, because there was a lot of logic behind the design. Good morning, how are you? Where should we start? At the chainmail? We're familiar
What
with
we've got here,
chainmail.
we've got Peter, who's a representation of King Harold.
G'day,
from, Saxon
King Harold.
He's got a suit of mail across there. He's got all these cloaks and stuff like that. A little bit of jewellery and bling there.
Bit of bling there.
Bit
Now
of bling.
tell me about his particular weapon of choice.
Right, he's got a glaive there, and that's basically a two-handed weapon, a pole weapon, which comes down and sort of strikes people from quite a far, does quite a fair bit of nasty damage.
Very
to 'em.
good. So at the Logies, you can use one of those from another table.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
what
Storm.
else? We've got another pretty lethal looking
Yep.
weapon. Could you stand, come forward, please? There. Good morning.
Morning.
And this would be?
This is a halberd, or a technical term, a medieval can opener.
Yeah.
Basically, that's used by knights on other knights, basically just to open them up, get in under the armour, sort of rip it apart.
Oh, how very attractive.
Get in there, so yeah, not a weapon of finesse, but as you can see, it looks nice and ugly.
Well,
it's a deterrent.
it is indeed. I've seen, you know, better weapons of finesse at the Logies after about 11 o'clock at night. But, you know, this is a whole new, you're opening up a whole new world. Now, what demonstration are you going to do for us, Kirk?
We're going to put on a couple of group fights.
Okay,
this
go
morning,
for it.
so-
I'm going to walk back over here with our other guests. So
worries.
I want you to go through your paces. Shall I stand over here with Michelle? Michelle and Rod, why don't you come forward a little bit with me over here? Go for it. Anytime
All right,
you're ready,
we'll
Kirk.
Step forward. All right, set it. Sort into two groups. I'll get out of the room.
Do you want me to get in on this as well? Have you got an extra sword?
Yeah, got plenty of gear if you want.
Okay, well, start them fighting.
All right, jump into it,
There
guys.
you go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's a little bit heavy.
Oh, I'm liking this. And is there a particular technique that is involved?
Oh, basically you just got to get to your opponent, try and knock him down, hit him where his armour, there is no armour, get in there amongst it.
Okay,
Try
so
and beat him.
the competing blows would be like that?
Underarms for the legs. You
Underarm.
could go for a blow over the top on the helmet, sort of
Okay.
knock him out. We do sort of blows that are safe, but yeah, any
Yeah.
type of blow around there. You don't hit to the groin, that type of thing.
Spectacular. Oh, got it. Okay, we've got more coming up on Mornings, Kirk. Thank you, Michelle. And Rod, fabulous. Now, standing behind me is, of course, to get all this gear, the swords, the armour, everything.
All right, cool.
Alex is the blacksmith who makes all this stuff from scratch. We'll find out how. Stay with us. Go, boys!
This program brought to you by